going on there, guys? We back with another one, and we got to talk about Draymond Green addressing Charles Barkley, Shaq, and Stephen A. Smith, laughing at AD's head injury. Now, it looks like AD is going to play tonight, so that's great news. First and foremost, he obviously doesn't have a concussion, but there was jokes flying around on Inside the NBA, Shaq and Chuck. Now, what I'm guessing they were laughing at is just the fact that AD's always hurt. It's been this running joke in the basketball world that he's never healthy, and he's not able to perform when they need him most. Okay, whatever. But a concussion and joking about that is what has some people in an uproar. And Stephen A. Smith, he took it a step further and piggybacked off of Chuck and Shaq the next day on First Take. We're going to recap some of that footage and we're going to look at what Draymond had to say. Check it out.
I think I do too, but what are you laughing about?
You know what they're laughing
I'm laughing at Chuck.
You understand?
Shaq is over there crumbling up paper. That's why I was laughing. Stop it.
Ernie, wait, don't let us go there.
I'm fixing
My seat. What? I did not do that.
fixing your
I
seat.
did not do that.
I'll be damned if I wasn't laughing. I'm like, concussion? Concussion? I thought the NFL season was over. Concussion? Now, I don't know if it's true or not. Did the wheelchair get him to the locker room? I'm not sure. Is that true,
Yes,
Jay?
yes,
That's why they were dying.
A wheelchair?
His report,
A
yes.
wheelchair? Really? Really?
Just don't play with those head injuries, man. They're serious. I saw a lot of people laughing and talk like, but it's a hit to the head. And like one small hit to the head can change everything in your life. So I don't really understand the joke. I don't understand it at all. It's every time you step out on the basketball court, the football field, the hockey, on the ice, on the pitch, you're risking your life because one injury can change everything. We saw in not this past World Cup, but the World Cup before, Neymar have an injury to his back that almost paralyzed him. That was a couple centimeters away from paralyzing him. And so, I don't quite understand the laughing. Why it's so funny that a guy gets hit in the head. Like, the smallest hit to the wrong part of the head can change your life. So I don't really understand that. But it's quite a few things I don't necessarily understand in this world that we live in.
So Shaq has since retracted those statements, and he said that, he's not picking at AD's injury. That's not what he's about. But he said there's no way he would miss this game tonight. And you see Stephen A. walking it back on his social media. He said, blowback is blowback, but I accept responsibility, and I'm man enough to admit I was wrong. So you see people walking off of that, and what I will say, man, is while AD is injury prone and everything, when they brought up the word concussion, you want to wait and see what's going on there before you say anything too crazy. It's too much information out there now about the severity of concussions and everything for them to lean into it the way that they did and speak ill of AD and his lack of health. I mean, we know AD has a problem staying on the floor. And like I said, if it would have even been like one of his off-balance jump shots where he's falling down for no reason, or he just crashes out trying to take the ball to the rack and he ends up on his tailbone without any contact, then I could see what they were trying to say. But just the fact that this was a potential concussion, thank God it's not. I'm glad to see the basketball world speak against it, because there's nothing funny about it. These guys played, and they know if someone would have said anything about their injury in the media, they would have been looking to confront them the next time they were face to face. And Laker Nation is really coming hard for Shaq, because he's one of their own, so it shouldn't be anything funny about it. And they feel like he's bitter still that the franchise chose Kobe over him. That'll always come back up when Shaq says anything that's not favorable to the Lakers. Chuck, obviously, they saying he envies AD because he doesn't have a ring. I don't think it's that. I really don't think it's that. If we go back and dig into some of the older shows that they had prior to social media, Inside the NBA has been on forever. You have things that get snapshotted and reposted with think pieces in real time, and it's shared by so many people that it's in your face all the time. Like, we used to see stuff like that, be like, man, he probably shouldn't have said that. That's messed up. And then it's just gone away. You know, there was no YouTube or anything like that. That was just something you saw on TV. You might talk to a few people about it at school the next day or something like that. But these things live, and either they blow up in a good way or they live in infamy forever. And you're starting to see some of the people from the old school experience that a lot more. That now they hired Barkley and Shaq and those guys for not having a filter and for saying what they want about the game of basketball. It's just, in today's time, if it's something deemed offensive or controversial, you got so many big platforms posting it that you get everybody's reaction, and it's loud around the world, and it forces apologies. And that's good sometimes. That's good. And in this case, you know, it's pretty good. In some other cases, guys are having to apologize for other things they shouldn't have to, and it's just their opinion. But this, you know, this is the one case I feel like, Barkley and Shaq is wrong, especially as former athletes, and it was good for Draymond to come on and speak about it. Now, some people, Draymond's comments is like, man, you trying to win a game tonight. Why are you coming out here talking about this now? So I get that too, but you know, him and AD are friends first. We saw them jawing at each other in game one a little bit, but man, it should be a good game tonight. But I want to know what you guys think about this in the comments. Was Shaq and Chuck off base? Do you believe Shaq that he wasn't picking at AD? Because we was looking right at it in real time. I don't know what he thinks, you know, we saw, but you know, and do you agree with Stephen A? You know, Stephen A just came out and apologized, so you have to take the man for that. But look, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Until next time, peace.